Greetings from Canada. It is Blue Monday. Blue Monday is supposed to be the most depressing day of the year. It has been a long, crazy winter here in Canada. Last week it was minus 27. We were shoveling snow for hours. Right now it's freezing rain out there. You really can't go out. You can't do much. And I thought, what better thing for me to do today is dress up in some summer festive gear, get rid of these winter blues, just have some fun, than to talk about summer. Something that happened to me in the summer, and I'm gonna take you through this. I hope you enjoy this journey that I went on. Here we go.
Yeah. I was just a playboy back in '69. Yeah. Thank you.
Well, my story starts about 2 months ago. I was doing some research. I was wondering, what do I want for Christmas? What do I want to go out and get on Boxing Day? Boxing Day in Canada is when all the deals are on. I've been getting into this YouTube, shooting some videos, and what I've noticed with a bunch of my videos, too much bouncing. So all I do is I shoot all my videos on an iPhone. And I found that everything was bouncing. When I was trying to edit the stuff, everything was bouncing. And I thought to myself, what can I get? What sort of techie piece of equipment can I get on Boxing Day? On that cheap day, maybe I can get a good deal in order to stabilize my videos so it wasn't bouncing around anymore. Well, the more research I did about trying to alleviate this bouncing on my video, friends, research suggested either I go with this Osmo or I go with this Gopro 7 Black in order to alleviate, because both of them had this stabilizing feature that was supposed to be brand new and it was a lot better. It would make my videos a lot better. So I was torn between these two, the Osmo or the GoPro 7 Black. Well, the more I read about this Osmo and the GoPro 7, it seemed like it would alleviate the problem because they had this unbelievable stabilization. But when I looked into it and I saw how expensive they were, I couldn't justify it. So I was kind of thinking, okay, I'll just keep using my iPhone in order to make my videos. Because I couldn't really justify the expense of either the Osmo or the GoPro. So that was done. I was at a bit of a crossroads. So I made my decision. No GoPro, no Osmo. I was done with the research. I was not going to get it. Well, about 3 weeks before Christmas, my other half and me discussed, hey, what are we going to do for Christmas? And we decided we weren't going to buy much for each other, but we were going to spend that money going on a really nice trip this summer. So there it goes. I bought her a couple little things. My intentions were we will save a whack of money and we will go away on a nice vacation, get a bunch of nice videos on it, have a great time, have the time of our lives. So it did look like Christmas, we'd have many gifts, but we knew that in the summer or later on that year, we'd go on a nice vacation. Well, here's where it turns. I guess a couple days later, she was out shopping and she met an old friend, and her friend's husband was a rep for DJI, and he persuaded her to get the Osmo for him. Buy the Osmo. Here's a place where you can get it cheap. Well, she went and she bought it after we agreed that we would not get anything expensive for each other. Well, let's fast forward to Christmas morning.
Get up, under the tree. There are my 3 or 4 little Weasley measly gifts for her.
Got her a card, a couple pairs of underwear, a couple pairs of socks. I got her a big orange, an apple, and I felt pretty good about it. I thought, okay, good. We're gonna be going on a beautiful trip later on this year. Well, boom, she leaves the room. I could see just a little bit of a tear in her eye, and what she do, she comes back with this big honking gift. And I said, hey, I thought we agreed we weren't gonna really get any big gifts for each other. And I open it, and there it is, the Osmo. I got the Osmo. So I'm torn. I'm very, very happy that I got it, but I also feel bad. I feel like I did not pull my weight here. She didn't play by the rules, but she got me something very, very nice. So I felt kind of weird inside. I felt good and happy. Love this Osmo thing, was looking forward to opening it and using it. But on the other hand, I thought, wow, I should have got her some more stuff. I felt like I didn't give her enough. Well, after I opened this Osmo, I said, listen, we're gonna have to have a talk here. Can you take this back? We can take that money, might get us a flight somewhere, have a real experience. So she got on the phone, whatever, the next day, and she found out that she could not get cash for it back, but the person there said that you could buy something else in the store. store. So anyways, I went online and I saw what they had in that store. They were selling the GoPro 7 Black. So it looked like I had this opportunity now. I was gonna get one or the other. I could take the Osmo back and get the GoPro, or I could keep the Osmo. So I had to sit down and think for a couple hours, which one do I want? It was a great dilemma. Which one of these things do I want? So I consult friends, I asked buddies, I asked people that had used them, on YouTube looking at all the videos, I saw the reviews, and I concluded that I thought the GoPro 7 Black would be better for me because 1, underwater, 2, I could strap it to my ski helmet if I was skiing, strap it to my hockey helmet when I was playing hockey. So we went to the store with the Osmo and said, with the intentions of giving it back and getting the GoPro. Well, we got to the store, she said, here, I want to hand this back here and I want to get that GoPro 7. They said, sorry, too late. We don't have another GoPro 7 in stock. I said, okay, well, how long would it take? And they said it would probably take 30 to 60 days. They took our address and they said, okay, we'll take the Osmo back. The GoPro 7 will probably be there 30 to 60 days is what they said. Well, I came home from the store and forgot about this GoPro purchase. I did tell some of my friends and they thought I was an idiot. They said, you gotta go with that Osmo. The Osmo is awesome. GoPro, no. But I'm gonna tell you why I picked the GoPro. Because I've got a past with the GoPro. And I'm a fan of GoPro. And I'm gonna tell you why. Well, here is where the real story starts. I'm gonna take you back 3 years. 3 Christmases ago, I sat down with my other half and we agreed we're not gonna get anything expensive for each other. We are gonna spend this money on a trip. We're gonna go on a nice trip later on in the year, have an experience. We're about the experience. Well, anyways, I show up on Christmas Day with some used hockey skates for her, and she comes into the room after she's opened her gifts and gives me this big box, and I say, I thought we agreed, and I open this box. Well, it was a GoPro 3 Plus. I was blown away. I thought, this is too expensive. This is way before me thinking I was gonna make any YouTube videos. Very thankful, and I thought, wow. Let's see what this thing can do. Well, after I got that GoPro 3, I think I used it once in the next 7 months. I attempted to put it on my ski helmet and do some skiing. Well, we decided to go to Hawaii that summer. And we decided to go to 3 islands. We were gonna spend 18 days, 3 islands, roughly 6 days each on each island. We were gonna go to Maui, Kauai, and Oahu. And I thought, okay, cool. I'm gonna crack this GoPro thing out. I'm gonna make sure that if we have any hikes. What I did, I got a chest mount and I mounted it right here. I also had a head mount that I had up here. And I also got a underwater flotation device, so it was up here. So I got the GoPro, expecting to use it for some hikes, snorkeling. I got 3 accessories. One for the chest mount, one for the head mount, and one for the floaty for the underwater snorkeling. I also got 2 extra batteries and 1 large micro SD card. It was basically 64 gigs. So I had 1 SD card, 2 batteries, 3 mount. Boom, we fly from Toronto to Honolulu. We get off that flight and we go right to Maui. Maui was the first island. We were there for 6 days. Maui was awesome. We were in Lahaina. We did the road to Hana. We had the Shea ice, and we went boogie boarding. We were on tons of beaches. We went to the aquarium, and then we went out to the Molokani crater for snorkeling, which has some of the clearest waters in the world. That was the first time I really had that thing underwater looking at the beauty. And I remember that night in the hotel room looking at the footage. The footage was clear. Battery life was awesome. I was very happy with the GoPro. So we leave Maui and we fly into Kauai. Remember, I have 1 64 gig micro SD card in this GoPro. We were getting a ton of footage. We fly into Kauai. We go on all the hikes. Poipu Beach. We see the blowholes. We go to Waimea Canyon. We do all the hot spots. And I remember one of the last days, we were up on the North Shore and we went snorkeling with these huge sea turtles. It was magical. It was an unbelievable experience, and I had some awesome footage. So first 6 days, Maui, got a whack of footage. Hawaii, unbelievable beauty. Up in Priceville, seeing the waterfalls, being above the clouds, it was unbelievable. But I had some footage snorkeling with these sea turtles. that was awesome. I was very, very happy with it. And I reviewed it each night, and I thought I was eating up my SD card. I did not have a lot of room left, but I only had one card. I did not have a computer to put it back, to back anything up on. I had that one card. So I'm starting to think, I got a lot of memory in this one thing. This thing can't go missing, man. No way. Well, on the last day in Kauai, in the Kalalau Trail, I was taking the GoPro off from a chest mount to a head mount, and it fell. I'm gonna say roughly 30 to 50 feet down this rock embankment and smashed onto this rocky beach. I thought I'd lost everything. I thought this thing's gotta be smashed. This thing is done. Well, roughly 40 minutes later, we made it around down to that location to get it. I'm gonna say it was dangerous getting there. And when I got there and picked that thing up, there was not a scratch on it. I was in awe. I thought, wow, this thing is built right. I became a huge fan of GoPro. I got back to the hotel that night and checked the footage. Now that fall, nothing happened to the SD card. All the footage was intact, and it was an awesome day of footage. I'll say that. GoPro did its job. Well, the next day we get on a flight and we fly into Oahu and we take a bus right into Honolulu, right into Waikiki Beach, and we were staying at a dive about 3 blocks back from Waikiki Beach. It was cheap, no air conditioning, it was brutal, but that beach is beautiful. We were there for 6 days, and basically what we did is we got up every morning and we ran Diamond Head. 8 to 10 kilometers up around Diamond Head and came down. And in the afternoons, we would lay on the beach and we would boogie board or surf. And the days we weren't on the beach, we went to Pearl Harbor or we went to Chinatown. So those 6 days were pretty fun, but we were in Waikiki. We ran out of money. We did not have money for a car to go up to the North Shore, and we were basically stuck in Waikiki. Beautiful problem to have, stuck in Waikiki. So at that point, I was very happy with the GoPro. There had been a number of falls. A dog took a leak on it. A bird tried to pick it up and whatever and fly off with it. It had been underwater. There was no leaking. Battery life was awesome. I was happy with the visuals, clear, great picture. So all in all, I was very, very happy with GoPro. Well, on the second last night of our trip, I went through all the footage of the trip on a camera I had, on my iPhone, and the GoPro. And there was very little footage of me, except for this one clip right here of me boogie boarding in Maui.
Nice one.
So after looking at all this footage of the trip, I thought, okay, I'm gonna ask my other half tomorrow to wear this GoPro. And specifically, I wanted to go boogie boarding, I wanted her to put the head mount on, and I wanted us to take a wave together and she could look over and see me boogie boarding. I wanted something of me. Sorry for being selfish, but after 18 days, I wanted a little bit of footage of me. Well, she was understanding and she agreed. Okay, the last day of us on the beach, she would strap on that GoPro and we get some footage of me on the beach, me boogie boarding, me doing some stuff. Well, here's where the story really starts. She was a little bit timid about having this GoPro on. Number one, she's not a very good swimmer. When we met, she could not swim. She was taking some swimming lessons. Let's just say this, she's not very comfortable in the water. She's not a flipper, some dolphin. She is not comfortable in the water. Well, we put this head mount on her and she said, what happens if I lose this? Do you have all the footage backed up? I said, no, there's no footage backed up. Don't worry about it. It's on there snug. We're gonna go out. I'm gonna boogie board and we're gonna grab a wave together and we're gonna come in. I want you to look over at me and I'm gonna smile at the camera while I'm boogie boarding doing a couple tricks. Well, I strapped this thing to her head as hard as I can, and we go out into the water. And we're gonna try and grab a wave together. Beautiful scenery, palm trees, diamond heads just over here. I'm looking at a Waikiki, all the hotels, beautiful, one of the most beautiful beaches in the world. And we're waiting for a wave to come in. Well, a beautiful wave comes in, boom, I catch it, I'm gone, I look back, she's not there. I swim all the way back out. Beautiful wave comes, I go kick, 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 let's go. I catch the wave, I'm gone. I ride this thing for whatever, 500 meters, and she doesn't catch it. So I started to get frustrated with her. So anyways, about a half an hour later, beautiful wave comes in, I grab it, whatever, and I look over, it looks like she's on it. I look back a second later, boom. She's down. I ride this thing for about 500 meters, loving life, Diamond Head here, Waikiki Beach, palm trees, beautiful people, awesome. Riding a wave. Well, as I finish riding that wave, I turn my boogie board around and I start kicking with my flippers back out to catch up with her. And I can see her just over the next wave and she is screaming. I can't understand her, but I'm kicking out there as fast as I can, and as I get out there, I don't notice anything wrong, but she said, the GoPro came off my head. Yeah, you're thinking what I'm thinking right now. I'm a good Catholic boy. I don't have a lot of that stuff going on inside my head, but anyways, I was not happy with her. So there I am, floating in the Pacific, looking at that beautiful vista, Diamond Head, palm trees, beautiful people, beautiful beach, and my world just went boom. 18 days of a trip, of experiences I probably can never recreate, gone at the bottom of the Pacific. I was angry. I was real angry. But a part of me said, GoPro, you did your job. It was a good product. It was human error that this thing got taken off her head by a big wave and it was gone forever on the bottom of the Pacific Ocean. Well, on this day, Blue Monday, the most depressing day of the year, I'm trying to forget that incident. 64 gig of some of the best video footage of one of the most beautiful places in the world on the bottom of the Pacific. Gone forever. So I think maybe she felt a little bit indebted when she got me that Osmo, which eventually turned into a GoPro 7, which just arrived. Here it is, the unboxing, hopefully, of GoPro 7 Black. Well, I've got my lay on. I'm trying to forget that old GoPro. Probably some dolphin. Playing with that thing right now, strapped around its head. Here we go. The official unboxing of what I think is the GoPro 7 Black. Okay, we have an SD card here and an adapter, 32 gig SD card. Awesome. Wow, there it is, GoPro 7. Let me get this thing out. What is this? This is the case. Oh, no. That's a head mount. Okay, so a head mount came with it. There's a head mount. It's Christmas. It's Christmas all over again. Here we go. What's in this box? We've got the underwater. Okay, there we go. So that's going to make it buoyant. And you know what? I should have had a buoyancy thing on that GoPro back in Hawaii. Oh. Some dolphin is playing. Here we go. They called him Flipper. Here.
Okay, last box in here.
Oh, it's the case. got a nice carrying case to go with it. All right, and these are the cutouts here. I can take those out if I want, like that. So let's just have a little recap here. We've got the box. We have the head mount. We have the floater mount for underwater. And we have the GoPro 7. Merry Christmas to me. Awesome. I'm looking forward to this. Well, just when you think it's the end of the video, I got a little twist here. What I didn't tell you is that when that thing came off her head in Waikiki Beach, I was angry. I was real angry. And I was not getting back on a plane to fly back to Canada with 64 gig of unbelievable footage of the experiences to be left on the bottom of the Pacific Ocean. So after she lost it, we went to the beach. And I said, go get some food. Because from now until we get on that plane, I'm going out into that water and I am going to get this thing. I am going to find this thing. I don't care if I have to beat up some sharks. I don't care what it takes. I'm going out to get this footage. So we sat on the beach for roughly a minute or less. I grabbed some goggles and I went out and I started swimming over top of where she lost the GoPro. Well, within minutes, she was out there with me with a set of goggles on. But here was the issue. We were boogie boarding in towards shore. Where it was breaking, the wave was breaking, that's where the wave took it off her head. Well, if you know anything about boogie boarding and surfing, you have to start before the break to get some speed up to get on that wave. I said, I'm going out there. She is not the best swimmer. This was going to be up to me to find this thing. But when I got out there, I found out that I couldn't just swim around where these waves were breaking because there were surfers and there were boogie boarders going right past me. I could have got killed by a surfer running over me, by a boogie boarder hitting me when he was catching a wave. So it's not like we could go this way where that thing went down. We had to swim out, swim over a certain area, swim back out, swim over a little bit farther, swim back out, swim back into it a little bit farther, swim back until we went over that whole area. And with tides, and that thing might have been bouncing around the bottom there, it could have been gone anywhere. We had no idea. I was very systematic in the plan. I decided to start way over here and work our way in. And this was tiring. And I said, we gotta go hard now for fear that the tide goes out and takes this thing. But for the next hour or so, you're gonna have to go as hard as you can in order to find this thing. So we came out. Boogie boarders just missing us, going again. Surfers just missing our heads, going again. All for what? To find this 64 gig of an unbelievable adventure we've been on for the last 18 days. Well, anyways, we came came around, kept going, and all of a sudden I look back and she's way over here. And I said, what are you doing over there? She was crying. She knew that she had lost all these memories. But in my head, I thought, I didn't care about the GoPro, the price of the GoPro, whatever it was, $300 to $500. I did not care about that. I cared about the footage of our experience. It took thousands of dollars to get a flight there and spend 18 days in Hawaii. That's what I was concerned about. I would have given anybody the GoPro. Just give me that SD card. Give me the footage so I can go on with my life. For the next 15 minutes, it was frenetic. Beautiful waves coming in, Diamond Head, palm trees, Waikiki, one of the most beautiful places in the world, and yet I was angry. I wanted to find this footage. Well, 15 minutes later, I look over and I can see her barely treading water. Not the strongest swimmer. And I said, okay, go out, get her, and bring her in. Let this go. Let it go. And as I started to swim over towards her, she went down for one more dive. She came up and I heard her screaming. I thought she was possibly drowning. I swam as fast as I could. I got over to her, and just as I got there, she pulled something. She said, "There's something on my foot," and she pulled it up with her toe, something out of the Pacific. She knew right then and there it was the GoPro. It was our GoPro, and yelled over to me. Luckily there was water because she was crying. to cover it up. This GoPro was on the bottom of the Pacific Ocean, and luckily, it was on. The whole time it was down there, it was on. And here's the footage. Ha ha! Woo! So here we are, watching the video. We can tell at the 12-second mark, the headset falls off. At 1:14 there, we can see a boogie boarder going over top of the GoPro. At 2:33, we see that spiny thing. What is that, an urchin? I'm not sure what that is. And at 4:28, we see another sea urchin, or we see the head strap. You can see that black portion there. That is the head strap that was around her head. At roughly 5 minutes there, you see two fish that float by, and they had been following this thing. There at 7 minutes again, you see the head strap. At 8:10, this was fun when we were watching it. You can see that crab come out. 8:49, you see some fish now looking at it. At 10 minutes, I think it had found its resting spot. I think it was there, and it was going to stay there for a while. At 11 minutes and 10 seconds, you can hear voices. Now, I don't know if that's us over top and she's yelling and we're talking, or what it is. At 11:36, you can see a vague body, and I believe that is my other half over top of it. That's what I think. I think that is her outline there on the surface of the Pacific Ocean. At 12 minutes, it then stays in place for a while. At 13 minutes and 30 seconds, you see her toe come down, pick it up, and she finds it. Taking it from her and doing a one-arm crawl to the shore. And you can see her in the background. She seemed relieved. Otherwise, it would have been a long, quiet flight home. And here it is, my GoPro Hero 3 Plus. GoPro, great product. This thing has been through the ringer. As a result, now I have two GoPros.